Hello, good evening, and welcome to Thingamajig's Racing Channel. And we are here, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the end. It's the Ultimate Racing League, the Academy Roadsters. Yes, it's time to say goodbye to the little MX-5. We are here for round 6, and we are taking to the streets of Tokyo. We are taking the Roadster home, ladies and gentlemen. We are seeing her out with a bang. And again, like I said, this championship went absolutely wayward with the championship tables and stuff. So we're just doing this as race by race, and it's winner takes all. So we are 2 races away from finding out who our Ultimate Academy champion is. And we'll look forward to the new season of the Academy. So they've qualified. They're in the little Roadster touring. They're on Sports Softs tyres. They're going to have 2 25-minute races with the grid for the second race, a reverse of the finishing results of the first race. It's pretty straightforward, except for driving these things, which is not straightforward. They are a tricky handful for our Academy members. So we'll have a look at the grid, ladies and gentlemen, and then we'll get off to some absolute... It's going to be cracking round here at Tokyo. These things are going to be... They're going to be hitting walls left, right and centre, I believe. They're just going to be sliding around like bad boys. Right then, on the grid then, on pole, it is... He's the ultimate captain, ladies and gentlemen. You might have Captain Kangaroo. You might have Captain America. You might have Captain Birdseye. And Captain... hang on, what's the whiskey dude? The one that does rum. Morgan. Captain Morgan. But really, it is ultimately the keyboard captain that is the major captain out there. So, come on. One last time. For the last qualifying on pole position... keyboard captain has taken the honours, ladies and gentlemen. His charge is real. He is looking to take all in that final race just coming up. In second place, it's Nando Loris, ladies and gentlemen. Nando Loris, absolutely representing on the livery there. Beautiful stuff. And obviously Nando Loris probably is the championship leader at the moment, I would guess, at the amount of points he's gathered along the way. But as we have no championship table, it comes down to this jeopardy, ladies and gentlemen. So Nando Loris will not want to lose the honours to the captain in this final round. Second on the grid. Third then, ladies and gentlemen, Ginger. Ginger has absolutely gone from strength to strength each round. We have seen him grow, ladies and gentlemen. We've seen him grow and bloom. He is now almost a pro sim racer, but I think a win needs to be taken to establish that title. So Ginger, third on the grid, looking to go and take the lot. Wouldn't that be something, eh? Here's Johnny. Johnny, fourth on the grid. That's a great qualifying from Johnny this season. We've seen him falling into the murks of the mid-pack and getting lost in the races down there when ultimately he has the pace to take it to the leaders. So can Johnny shine here at Tokyo, ladies and gentlemen? We will have to see. And everyone knows this man is cool as ice, unfathomable, unshakable. It's Snowman, ladies and gentlemen. Snowman sitting in 5th place, looking to take some honours today. Did I say 6th? It's 5th. I said 5th. Because 6th place, ladies and gentlemen, is Taff. And Taff, if I remember rightly, had an absolute blinder last time out. So looking forward to seeing what the Taff is going to produce. Well, I'd say it's a tight, skinny streets, but in these cars, they probably feel quite wide. Ooh, this looks interesting. 7th is Racing Sim. Oh, it's the Castrol. Yeah, we saw that last week. Racing Sim in 7th. Now, Racing Sim, we know, has the pace to take it to the leaders. So why he's down in 7th place is unbeknownst to me. And we'll be seeing his progress through the race shortly. In 8th place, it's JD. It's J Davies. Hot as hell, ladies and gentlemen. Waiting to pounce. J Davies sat in 8th place. And the king of the hill, it's Hoppers, ladies and gentlemen. The Hops here representing in 9th place. That's how the grid looks then. Let's not mess about. Let's get on with some absolutely banging racing around the streets. After I have a sip of my hot brew, just give me one sec. I would say you could do the same. Take a moment, take a sip. Oh, in the chat, the Baxter saying good afternoon. Well, hello. Right then, let's get this on then, ladies. It's quite a long track. It's not one of the shorter ones as well. They've gone whole hog, ladies and gentlemen. They've gone tip and shaft at Tokyo. They're going for, wow, isn't that the longest iteration you can get? Interesting. Right then, as the rolling start leads them around, and I believe they have the quite high penalties for wall hitting in this championship, so they're going to be carrying some penalties. So Keyboard Captain leads them away, and Nando sets chase with Ginger, looking to step it up. And then we've got Johnny in 4th place, Snowman in 5th, Taff in 6th. Everything is as it was. Hoppers going hard. But Keyboard Captain at the moment keeping Nando in a box, and it's Ginger. It's Ginger is the man on the move as they come down the dip and back up next to the expressway. And now we've got some heavy braking side-by-side action from Keyboard Captain and Nando. Keyboard Captain may have gone wide. He's gone wide in the industrial area. He's gone wide in the cargo corners. And Ginger has managed to get through and up into 2nd place as Nando disappears into the distance, as we've seen him do many a time before. No, Ginger didn't commit. Ginger did not be able to commit. And Johnny now is the force to be reckoned with. And Ginger has to start doing some artful. Johnny, oh no, Johnny's where's Taff come from? When did Taff come into the equation? My word. And Johnny slipped down. Taff's gone through. Taff's on a major push. And Taff then into 3rd, and he is absolutely pelting it. Nando out there in the lead with Taff's come through again. What's going on with Taff? Has he got some noz in that car? My word. So Taff absolutely flying on the straights, and Keyboard Captain though coming back up the inside. He lost it a little bit, and him and Taff stumbled over each other. And where did Nando go? Nando went into a wall somewhere. My word, we'll have to go back and have a look what happened to the Nando. Oof, I think Taff got in his way. But yeah, it looked like Keyboard and Taft's kind of stumbled over each other a little bit. Nando got gathered into the mix of it, and now Taft leads. Taft is all elbows out. Nando Loris in 2nd place with Johnny in 3rd. Snowman in 4th. We've got Ginger in 5th. We've got Keyboard Captain struggling in 6th place there with Racing Sim now on the move, and Keyboard Captain is having a meeting with Barry R, and Hoppers is up to 8th with JD in 9th, and it's Taft that leads this race with the Nando in 2nd and Johnny in 3rd. We've got Snowman cool as ice down in 4th with Ginger, who was looking very strong indeed. Was I don't know, he didn't even get gathered up, did he? He didn't get into all that alterations. I think him and Taff had a bit of a to-do before that. Go me in 3rd, says the Baxter. Johnny's going for it. Oh, Johnny all over the back of the Taff and going for a move up the inside. Oh, Taff is fast on the straights though. Taff is fast on those straights. God damn him. Nando under pressure, 3 wide, coming into the hairpin, and Johnny looking. at the lead, but Nando just about holds on in the slippy, slidey MX-5. Taff there, still in second, Johnny in third. Then we've got Snowman now making moves. Snowman approaching the podium, and Racing Sim from nowhere is in the action as well. My word, look at them all bunched up. This is beautiful stuff. Ginger getting lost in the midfield as Keyboard Captain tries to get back on top of the situation. Hoppers is in 8th ahead of JD. Nando leads though. Oh, he's Ginger. Sorry, Ginger. Yeah, man. I don't know what happened down there. Oh, there's some penalties though. Half a second for the Racing Sim, who just loses the position to Johnny. And Ginger then trying to implement himself back in it. I mean, it's there, isn't it? They're all there. So Ginger in 7th. Oh, Keyboard Captain slipped one by though. Sneaked one around as the Snowman gets all kinds of slidey on, and Keyboard Captain gets past the Snowman as Ginger also looks to be implementing himself in that race. Oh, he's getting purples. It's tough down there. It's tough once you're in the mid-pack. There's not much room to manoeuvre. So Taff is leading at the moment. Taff leading ahead of Nando. Then we've got Racing Sim duking it out. Oh, Johnny's just taken a chunk of the barrier. Ginger's up to 6th. So Snowman in 5th. Keyboard Captain now getting back up there in 4th, but Snowman's going for a move. Snowman looking to make the move up into 4th place. And Racing Sim, my word. Snowman, what a manoeuvre through the middle. Threaded the needle and then gives it a little drift into the corner. And I told you, he's cool as ice, ladies and gents. Nando Loris chasing down the Taff, and the Taff is stepping up, ladies and gentlemen, to take the honours. But Nando will not let that lie. Snowman up into 3rd with the coolest move in GT7 ever. And we got a 3-wide situation with Ginger going on the attack of the Keyboard of Captains. And Ginger absolutely on the apex. Beautifully done. Beautifully executed. And that's Ginger up and into 4th place ahead of the Keyboard Captain. And Racing Sim, who was on 3rd not that long ago. But I think Racing Sim just getting past. Man alive, the overtaking is wild, ladies and gents, as Johnny comes through. And yeah, it seems like the recovery in these cars is tough and leaves you very wide open through the guys behind. Ginger then in 4th, Snowman in 3rd, hunting down Nando, who's picked up himself a naughty boy emblem. And Taff out there in the lead. The Roadrunner coming good, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it loud and let's hear it proud. Beep, mother effing beep. Oh, don't go wrong now, Taff. Oh, Taff going deep in the pit stop hairpin and giving Nando half a look, and Nando's through, but Nando's still carrying that very naughty boy tag. He's been tagged. He's got an anklet. Snowman then still racing for the podium with Racing Sim, Ginger and the Johnny coming through. Keyboard Captain, remember, pole sitter in this race, has been mired with nothing but issues and problems getting through the field. And he'll be feeling he should be up at the sharper end of the pack. And he's finding himself staring down the barrel over Johnny. And JD still yet to go and fight the hops. I think they're pretty close though. We'll go back and have a look at them as we can see Johnny trying to pull the trigger on Ginger. Ginger though, he is the apex hugger, ladies and gentlemen. There is no way up the inside of Ginger, let me tell you. He absolutely grips onto that apex and he holds on. And the only way around is around the outside of the Ginge. Keyboard Captain, though, looks to be slipping away from that battle ahead of him as Ginger, again, aiming for the apex, saying if you're coming round, you're going round the very long way. And a great driving from Ginger there. Racing Sim just ahead, and it's Johnny and Keyboard Captain lining up, and Ginger's had a little chew of the barrier. He's had a knock, and that is allowing Johnny to get the momentum through, and Johnny then executing an overtake, but he needed a barrier to get him there, and Keyboard Captain also climbing into the boot of the MX-5 of Ginger as he tries to get through as well, getting a toe off of Johnny ahead of him, and Ginger then is being left hung out to dry, as you may say. Taff still leads, Nando still chases. And they're having a beautiful battle up and down the field. JD not quite there at the hoppers yet, but he's setting chase, a 2:23 last time around. Hopper's doing a 2:20.5. It'll take a while, but he is getting there. Taff still in the lead, but Nando all up and in his hairy hole. And Taff then, he has to worry. He has to worry. I do not know where hairy hole came from. I like it though. It might reappear. So Taff, somehow, some way, disregarding the rule book, and Nando Flores is just absolutely floundering in second place, trying to find a way past the Valley Boy, in it. Snowman, cool as ice, in third place. I'm rooting for you, brother. With Racing Sim, absolutely has to pay a penalty, and here's Johnny. Johnny coming down the straight, and Racing Sim, that should have taken the wind out of his sails and given Johnny a good run at him into the braking zone then. Well, there's not much of a braking zone there, it's more of a dab and a hope. But Racing Sim still holds on to that fourth place as Johnny still trying to keep Keyboard Captain at bay as well. Ginger losing the track of the guys ahead, and they did ring him and hang him out to dry, and he's got to build again. He's got to build. He's got to build on what he's got. Hopper's still ahead of JD, but JD is closing in rather rapidly. So Hopper's, he's going to have to start trying to find a bit more time in the track as they come to the... Oh, Hopper's a lovely little drift through the hairpin then, and that may have saved him from the JD. Is it too much? Oh, it was a little too much, and JD is through. JD is through, and he's up at him in 8th place. Hopper's in 9th. Taff still leads from Nando. Now Nando's in trouble from the Snowman. He's on your 6, big buddy. There's motion detected at the front door. There's motion detected at Nando's back door, ladies and gentlemen, with Snowman climbing into his boot. And Snowman then looking at a late break. Did he lick it? Ladies and gentlemen, Snowman just licked it. He absolutely smothered it and then sent it. Beautiful stuff from Snowman then. He's on the craft, ladies and gents. But Nando will not be done so easily. So Nando coming back with the momentum out of the corner. And again, oh, it's something special seeing these cars hitting the roads of Tokyo. And we are blessed. Blessed are we, ladies and gentlemen. Racing Sim having a meeting with Barrier whilst carrying a penalty. Johnny closing in with Keyboard Captain. Pole sitter, remember. Do I need to remind you? Pole sitter struggling in 6th place. And Ginger was up to 3rd at some point in this race and looking like a contender. And also, this is how tight the field is. Down in 7th now after a moment with, I think it was Taff, but I don't want to cast excursions. JD in 8th place doing a mighty fine job. Had a bit of a slow start, but now he has got on top of that MX-5, and it looks like he is absolutely controlling the situation as the Hops struggled that last lap, but he's been on fire so far. I pulled away and I think he's just about to head into a barrier, but he's got that damage and he's going to have lost a bit of downforce at the front there, so his understeer will be absolutely real. Taff's built up a lovely lead. He's got the fastest lap, and he's taking no prisoners, ladies and gentlemen. He's taking this one by the scruff of the neck, and he's taking it to the end. With Nando under pressure from Snowman. Snowman fancying 2nd place. He's getting purples as well. Everyone's got a chance. We're not even halfway there. I think we are halfway there. whoa, whoa. We're living on a prayer. Racing Sim, he shed his penalty, and Johnny still with his hands full from Keyboard Captain. Let's get aboard Keyboard Captain just in time for a barrier smash. That's how it feels. Now, where's Ginger in this equation, ladies and gentlemen? As Johnny and Racing Sim going for the moves. Racing Sim through up the inside. Well, Racing Sim was ahead of Johnny, but Johnny looking to get around the outside, and Racing Sim doing a bit of defensive driving up against the Johnny. Keyboard Captain, 6th place, had a little knock with the barrier. He's got a bit of damage, and Ginger is now coming back in. Coming to take what once was his, he feels. Oh, the cars look absolutely delicious when they cruise around the corners here, ladies and gents. And these guys, 6 rounds, and they are in control of the MX-5 now on the Sport Soft tyres. It's a tricky combo. I thought they'd go like racing tyres or something, especially being the Academy, but the Sport Soft's a brave choice, and these guys have done an absolutely fabulous job with them. In full control now. Racing Sim is in Racing Sim is in trouble from Johnny and the captain. They're both on his 6, and Racing Sim in trouble. Oh, captain's found himself into a little space there, and Johnny may have lost out. Johnny may have lost out. He's going to go for an outside late break into the industrial estate, and Racing Sim still clinging on there as Johnny and Captain go side by side, and Ginger is in the action. And Johnny then is just, he doesn't know what happened. He was looking for a move on the Sim, and then Keyboard Captain just put himself into a position where Johnny just had to concede the spot. Oh, and now Racing Sim's having a dice with the wall, and the captain is going to like that very much indeed. That's an easy given drive-by. Yeah, brah. Pop, 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 pop. You just capped. So, Keyboard Captain. Capped! I got that, hey! I didn't even do that on purpose, and you just got capped. Captain Keyboard Captain, hey! I'm a genius without even knowing it. Wasted. Absolutely wasted, especially if I have to explain it. God almighty. So Racing Sim then dicing with a Keyboard Captain, so no one got capped. Johnny in 6th, Ginger in 7th, and it's a tight battle here. Snowman's got away from all of that. He's chasing down Nando, but Nando has other ideas. With 10 minutes still on the clock, Taff is still approachable, and Taff is having to drive, and I imagine right now his stomach is somewhere up in his throat as he makes a small mistake. Then Nando, you can't make a mistake in front of Nando. You can't shake your booty like that in front of Nando, because he will leap on it. He will be in there. So Taff then, a very tricky proposition for the Taff at the moment, with Nando coming in, and now Nando does take that lead. Lovely drive from Nando, smoothed it out. He absolutely crisped that bad boy. He ironed out those wrinkles and put in a superb, a fabulous lap of 15.6 next to Taff's 16.6. So there's no wonder Nando cruised on by with the lap time like that, and Taff has just got to pressurize the Nando here. Try and push him into a situation as Taff nearly loses the MX-5 again. And Snowman is there. He's there hanging about. He's waiting. Ginger is up to 4th, ladies and gentlemen. This fierce battle we've got with Ginger, Racing Sim, Johnny, and the captain has been absolutely amazing. And it still goes on. 2 by 2, they go through. And Ginger leading them away. No, Racing Sim's just poked his nose ahead as Johnny around the inside. Johnny's going to place himself. Is he going to place himself on the inside? I can't remember which way it goes. It's a long straight, though. And it's a little wiggly. But Ginger still there ahead with Racing Sim in about his busyness with Johnny in 6th, the captain in 7th. This is cracking stuff here. Mid-pack as Ginger brakes and Racing Sim gets braver on the brakes. Does he go wide? He goes a little wide. Ginger tries to get back off the inside. Ginger gets a slide on and Racing Sim down into 5th. Johnny's in the action. Keyboard's in the action, but it's Ginger. No, Ginger doesn't make it. Racing Sim did get out the corner a little better than Ginger, and Ginger then, well, barely. There's a wheel's difference between the two of them, but Racing Sim is the man now. He's pulling away. Ginger seems to have lost the stride. He's out of control, coming into the wiggles, and he's got Johnny and Keyboard Captain falling over each other behind him. Oh, Keyboard Captain giving it a little drift there at the Tokyo streets. Beautiful stuff. And Johnny in 6th, Ginger in 5th as Racing Sim in 4th, and no one can call it betwixt these guys. It is so tight. It is so tight. Ginger going back on the attack, and Johnny is there as well. Johnny having a sniff and a whiff, and Johnny's making the moves now. It's Johnny that's going for gold, and Keyboard following him through. And my word, these guys must be smiling from ear to ear. This is absolutely respectful racing and beautiful racing if ever I've seen it. 3 wide going into the hairpin, and Johnny trying to look at Racing Sim. Racing Sim looked like he was a little wide earlier there, but he's still done a fabulous job there. And Johnny now in 5th with Keyboard Captain in 6th, and Ginger is in 7th. Nando is leading this race, I promise you, and Taff and Snowman is closing in. Snowman a 16-1 last time around, with Taff doing a 16-8, so Taff is being caught by the Snowman, and Nando has absolutely dropped it like it was bloody hot. Oh, Racing Sim, the captain, and Johnny, Ginger slipped back a bit a little there, but Johnny, Racing Sim and Keyboard still going hard at it. Ginger's back now. He's re-entered the chat, ladies and gentlemen, as Racing Sim sent that one into the braking zone, and the rear brakes just said, no sir, you can't brake that late, I'm afraid. And Ginger then regains 4th place, but Keyboard Captain's getting a good drive out the corner. And oh no, my word, what racing we have been treated to here from these guys. Unbelievable stuff. Keyboard Captain then goes ahead in 4th place as Ginger has to concede. Racing Sim comes back as we saw Johnny facing the wrong way. Oh, MG for the Johnny. How far ahead is JD? Sorry, we haven't seen JD and Hop as much. JD doing absolutely fine lap times. It's just this that early lap that's prevented him to be part of this racing. Nando's dropping it now, 14-9, with Taff there trying to stay ahead of Snowman at this point, because Snowman's absolutely sending some lap times home. So Taff just trying to keep hold of 2nd place at the moment after leading in a glorious fashion, but Nando cannot be held back. Nando then in 1st place with Taff in 2nd, hunted him down. Taff with the rear derriere, all out of control, but he is in control. It just looks like he's out of control. He's hit the wall there. Snowman did not. I think there was a little graze from Snowman, but now Snowman closing in on 2nd place. Snowman absolutely smooth as you like, smooth as a bar steward. And Snowman coming in strong, but Taff is holding him off. The Valley Boys aren't taking that easily. Nando landing it. Keyboard Captain in 4th, Ginger in 5th. They've broken away. Racing Sims dropped back now with Johnny, we saw pointing the wrong way, is in 7th. JD in 8th with the Hops in 9th. And so the battle between Keyboard and Ginger is not over yet. We are 22 minutes into this 25-minute race, and it's been absolutely exhilarating all the way. And Ginger and Keyboard still going for it, for the best of the rest in 4th place. And the pole sitter there, Keyboard Captain, he'll be just needing that. Because he feels that he could have had this one won. Ginger giving him what for in 5th place. Quick look up here, Nando's good, but Taff is getting close to trouble. Taff is definitely getting close to trouble with Snowman coming in and closing in very fast indeed. So Taff, he can't start flapping. Oh yeah, Taff's got the cool helmet and he's the Batman, Lego Batman, the best iteration of Batman there has ever been. So Taff then under pressure, as David and Freddie would say. And Snowman is that pressure. It's a snowdrift coming in. And Taff's trying to break the toe. I don't think that's going to help you, bud. So Keyboard and Ginger still going at it for 4th and 5th, but Ginger seems to have dropped back a little bit, maybe lulling Keyboard into a bit of a false sense of security before he goes back onto the attack. Racing Sim in 6th place, trying to play catch up now as Johnny in 7th, JD, and Johnny again, like I said on the grid, he's got the pace. He gets mixed up in the mid-pack battle and always seems to come out unlucky from that one. JD in 8th place, making up lost time from early bad starts, and Hopper's giving it a 360 for style and panache. 24 minutes on the clock. Nando, this is probably his last lap. It'll be close. He could get across the line possibly. Taff in trouble. That's the headline here on the final lap, possible final lap, that Taff is in trouble from Snowman. Snowman is there in his vicinity. He's almost in his no-no square. Ooh, late break there from Snowman. He swung it out there to get a better turn in. He really is playing Taff at the moment, and Taff just trying to defend as best he can against Snowman. And Snowman, the onslaught is real. Keyboard Captain, he spaced himself out from Ginger as Ginger has a little meet with Barrier, and Racing Sim trying to close in. Racing Sim hasn't given up on this race yet. He still sees the blue of Ginger and is heading in that direction. Johnny absolutely seething, I imagine, with that spin. These cars can just spin on a hairpin. The flag is out. Nando's heading to it, and he is on his way. Did the rain come right at the end? No, that's just crowd noise, I guess. And there we go, Nando across the line. Taff, oh my God, Taff just about keeps it from Snowman in 3rd, but that was damn tight as Keyboard Captain comes over in 4th ahead of Ginger, and Racing Sim in 6th place with the Johnny in 7th. Inconsolable, I'm sure. But what great racing we were witness to. And then JD, unfortunate start, or I think he would have been mixing it up. He was on pace with that little mid-pack. He would have been mixing it up with those guys. Unfortunate for his start. And he comes home in 8th place, ahead of Sir Hoppers of Hopperlot. So it's all down to this final race, and Nando setting himself up from last on the grid to make it very difficult for himself indeed if he wants to be overall crowned King of the MX-5. With all of this talent on board there to stop him. Ooh, a little knock from the hops there as he misplaced his car against the corner. Brings it around the final corner then for the Hoppers. Brings it on home, 9th place. Great drive. GG. GG, guys. GG. That was a great race. Great race. Lovely. So, oh yeah, we'll have a quick look through finishing. I mean, my word. My word. I mean, can I? He was out quite a while, wasn't he? I mean, it's half a car's length, isn't it? I suppose. It's half a car's length, but it was tight. I mean, that's gone weird, hasn't it? So, Nando, did it end up like that? No, yeah, there you go. It sorted itself out in the end. Whew. So, Nando was your winner of race 1, ladies and gentlemen. A great drive from Nando. He had to go and actually fight for this one. It wasn't handed to him that we've seen in the past, where everyone in the rear derriere gets into a bit of a mix in the battle and he gets to drive away. This one, he had to really give it some big balls. Ensign in the chat, or was in the chat, saying, hi Thingy, ooh, probably my fave Tokyo layout. I think it's mine. I think on Sport, this was like my test track. If I was trying cars out, I used to like to take it around this Tokyo course. Taff, missing. Taff there, man alive, great lead in the race. And he nearly did it, didn't he? He nearly did it if it weren't for the Flando. But Taff then bringing it home in second, though. Not bad. Not bad indeed. But I imagine he felt that the win was on. And Snowman's... Oh, God, what camera angle is that? Snowman's so close. So close to taking second place there, really, at the end. Fantastic driving. And then this lot, my word, Keyboard Captain in 4th. Ginger in 5th. Racing Sim in 6th and Johnny in 7th. What a display. What an absolute fantastic set of laps we had from those guys. 4-way battling. It was beautiful to see. And yeah, I am glad I witnessed it. That was fantastic stuff. Cheers, guys. Fantastic. JD in 8th. Like I said, slow start. Really took him out of contention there. I think he had the pace. He could have also been in that mid-pack battle, and it would have been glorious, but these things happen, and it was just unfortunate for the JD and Hoppers. I don't know. Maybe it's not his track. It just, the consistency wasn't quite there for him. And yeah, maybe he's a bit claustrophobic. Maybe he doesn't like all the barriers. One last race of this iteration of the Academy. When it returns, ladies and gentlemen, it's all new, all change. I don't know what that means, because I know nothing about it. No, I think it's going to be, I don't know. I honestly couldn't say what the differences are, but there's going to be differences, okay? Oh, my God. So, yeah, we're looking forward to seeing what the next iteration, what it's going to look like, how it's going to feel. Have I gone too far? I have gone way too far. Who's going to be there? Who's not? I saw a thing where they were saying if people had any, like, you know, younglings who wish to race in the Academy. So we might have a bit of a broad church of racers, a bit of a mixed bag of talents. So yeah, it's exciting. Don't look at the cheats. It is exciting to see what the Academy is going to churn out. I think I know what car they're using. I don't know, because there's been 2 cars mentioned. Oh no, where am I going? See, this is me trying to talk and do things at the same time. But yeah, I think I've got a kind of an idea of the car they're using. It's one of my favourites, I've got to say. Yeah, they've done a bit of practice. I think people are hyped about it. So I can't wait. I can't wait to see what the Academy is going to churn up next. The all-new, all-singing... Yeah, I know, the Cayman. Cayman! I can't wait. I love that car. So, yeah, I'm excited about what the Academy is going to be. So, yeah, this grid, anyway. Well, let's get back to this. This is it. This is the final one. Oh, God. I'm making a right mess of it. Is that one? Yeah. Hoppers on pole then for another 25-minute race around the streets of Tokyo. JD in second now. If JD can get a good start here and get himself past the Hoppers, he's got a good chance. He's got a good chance of a very healthy race ahead of him. Johnny in third now. We know Johnny's got the pace after that race in the first one. What's he going to produce in this this second race from third place? Sorry. Racing Sim in 4th. This is just exciting, isn't it? It's just these guys. We know what they did in the first race. This second race is going to be, they're going to be going harder, faster, and more. They're going to want it more, surely. Keyboard Captain in 6th. And Snowman then in 7th, the Taff in 8th, with Nando starting in 9th place. And Nando, big job to do. And remember that winner of this is the winner of it all. They're the MX5 champion. They are the king of the MX5, and they get crowned to be the total Ultimate Academy winner. The rolling start then, as we start this second race. Hoppers leads them around. JD just behind with Johnny in third. The lights are out and let's go racing, ladies and gentlemen. Hoppers then leading them up to that first corner. It's a dab on the brakes. This car, it's the unknown as they get there. And it's just a fight as you try and stay out of way of that barrier, and Hoppers has done it absolutely fine at the moment, but JD is closing in through the toe. He's got the rest of the field hurtling towards him also. Johnny in third. Racing Sim looking to make a move on the Johnny, and Johnny's got to just stick to JD's toe. No, they're trying to go for a move as Hoppers gingerly goes into the hairpin. JD has a look and Johnny's facing the wrong way again. Oh, poor Johnny, and the cameraman's going wild trying to keep up with the action. Johnny, OMG, and he must have just sent it too hard, too late on those brakes. Hoppers at the moment still leads with JD in second, and the TAF has risen to the top, back up into third place with Racing Sim there in fourth. We've got Keyboard Captain in fifth, Nando in sixth, Snowman in seventh, Ginger in eighth, and the Johnny in ninth. Now, I don't know if there was contact, and I'm not going back to look. It's a shame for Johnny. TAF is absolutely sending it into another dimension, and Keyboard coming through as well. Where is he? Oh no, Keyboard Captain absolutely flying ahead of the TAF. The TAF did get it snagged up with the wall, and Nando's in that fight as well. These guys have come through rather swiftly indeed. Racing Sim in fourth place, Snowman in fifth, not making the progress like the others have. He's up to fourth now as he tries to go around the outside of the Sim, and Racing Sim is not to be driven around the outside of. Sir, please, sir, sit down. So Snowman being schooled by the Sim at the moment, but Snowman is all up and in his drift, if you get what my meaning is. And Keyboard Captain leads. This is how it should have been, he says. This is how race one should have gone. And Keyboard Captain then leads with Nando chasing him down, and the TAF giving Nando a lot to think about. The Sim takes a big bang off the barrier as Snowman chases him down, and Ginger is in the action as well. JD in seventh with the Hoppers in eighth, and Johnny playing catch up. On board with the TAF as he goes on the attack, ladies and gentlemen. He's going on the offensive towards the Loris. The Loris wanting to take the crown, and the TAF fancying a slice of the MX-5 kingdom. Oh, TAF just getting it onto that apex. Beautiful, beautiful stuff at the moment. I'll hear something like TAF's been kicked out, disqualified or something because of it probably was him that knocked, probably, I don't know. Came through like an absolute torpedo, didn't he? Racing Sim in fourth, Snowman in fifth, Ginger in sixth, with JD caught up, with the Hops. And Johnny then getting by and going through. Keyboard Captain ahead of Nando. TAF in third, losing ground to Nando now. But these three breaking away from the rest of the pack. TAF getting a good one in that corner. Nando dropping it. Not often we see that, so we're going to watch a replay. Sorry, Nando, but we don't see you drop it very often. So into the braking zone. Oh, he didn't drop it. He did not drop it at all. TAF is driving with an... Oh, he slowed down, bless him. Gentlemanly. And he slowed down too much because Nando's gone. Nando's gone, and now half the field's got past the TAF, unfortunately. Oh, poor TAF. You know, it's hard to judge when you're breaking into the braking zones. And TAF there has let the whole field through. He feels that bad about it. Keyboard Captain, that's some sanctions to put on yourself, isn't it, TAF? It was just an accident. Keyboard Captain then in the lead with Nando in second, but Racing Sim is all about his business. And Nando, after all that hard work, probably leading the championship as well. If we had a table, he'd probably be at the top of it, seeing it all slip away for one race, for one lucky start from the Keyboard Captain. I mean, it wasn't a lucky start. He got through the fields, did amazingly, but he stayed out of the trouble that Nando got himself into with the TAF. Racing Sim coming through as well. Racing Sim wanting to finish the academy on a HIGH. Ginger in fourth. Great race from Ginger this round. He's taken Tokyo, and Snowman again, the bane of Ginger's life. Although it wasn't him, was it? It was TAF. It was TAF. Snowman was giving some hassle to in the first race, but that was very well executed there from the Snowman against Ginger. Then JD in the shout at 6th, Johnny closing in, TAF in 8th. He's got himself past Hoppers now and is moving on up the order. Keyboard Captain has a mile of space between himself and Nando. Nando still racing the sim. Racing Sim giving it great guns behind Nando. And Nando then just trying to protect position, it seems. Maybe knows it would be a fool's folly to try and chase down Snowman. Look at Snowman go. Oh, it even looks like Racing Sim's got out of the way of that one because he saw Snowman coming in and thought, oh, I don't want that wrath. But Snowman driving like an absolute legend. And Racing Sim, maybe he knows Snowman's carrying a penalty, thought that he was coming in hot. I didn't want to get punterinoed. With Ginger as well in the periphery. Ginger, always trouble, always a danger. So Racing Sim Snowman carrying that penalty. He's going to have to pay it very soon, and he's going to see a green Castrol MX-5 come flying by already. Racing Sim positioning himself to take on the Snowman. Snowman then, is he under threat from Ginger? Can he get the momentum up and running? Or is Ginger through? Yeah, Ginger is through against the Snowman there. A real hit, that one for Snowman. Johnny in 6th. I tell you what, he's coming back into this race quite nicely, isn't he? He's closing in on that midfield pack, as is the TAF. So JD slipping down into 8th place ahead of Hoppers, but it's Keyboard Captain at the moment, going faster than anyone has ever gone before in this race, and doing a superb job in first place, keeping that distance between him and Nando. Nando now leaving the pack behind as Racing Sim in 3rd. Can Racing Sim, as Ginger nearly drops the MX-5 ahead of the Snowman. You just cannot do that. You cannot do that ahead of the Snowman. That is an open invitation to be overtaken. If you start shaking your booty, Ginger, ahead of Snowman like that. But at the moment, Snowman's still behind Ginger, but he's going for the move now. Getting very up and close and comfortable with Ginger. Personal between the two of them. Look at them, very tight. Ginger, though, still maintains 4th place. Snowman not being able to execute properly. Don't worry, mate. It happens to all of us. There's a little blue pill that helps you with that. Ginger going wide there, and that is definitely the Snowman up and through. No blue pills needed here, sir. Performance anxiety isn't an issue. Ginger, though, side by side with Snowman. These two going at it like cockerels. Racing Sim trying to chase down Nando. Still feels he's got it in him to go on the attack here. Nando hoping that Keyboard just drops it, but Keyboard's just going faster and faster every time around. So Keyboard Captain at the moment looks set to become king of the Roadsters. Nando, after winning so many races, scoring so many points, seeing it slip away from him. Racing Sim there ready to take that second place. Snowman is up ahead of Ginger, but Ginger is thereabouts. He's there. And Johnny making his way through, so is the Taff. Taff closing in on Johnny. 16-1 from Johnny last time around. Taff is 16-6, so he's got to pick up the pace a little if he wants to go on the attack of the Johnny. Snowman and Ginger side by side. Ginger getting into the corner. Sweet. A little rub. Oh, and a penalty there for Snowman. Not what he wanted, not what he needed right now. But it looks like Ginger's gone wide in that corner, putting Snowman back into the action. Getting the momentum on. Getting the move done, ladies and gentlemen. And there's someone just there. Racing Sim must have had an issue, because Racing Sim isn't far away, and nor is Nando. This field is tighter than I actually thought. Snowman then trying to come through, and that Snowman up and into fourth place. Ginger in fifth, still keeping in on the action and giving Snowman a lot to think about. Snowman, did he mess that corner up? I don't know. Maybe both of them. They all take such weird lines through there. And Nando and Racing Sim. Racing Sim at 15-2 last time around. Nando 15-6. So Racing Sim is giving Nando a lot to think about. Keyboard Captain in the 14s, absolutely rinsing this second race. Snowman in fourth, but he's got to pay that penalty ahead of Ginger. And Ginger keeping a very close coordinated eye on what the Snowman is up to. I don't know where the penalty line is actually. Here it is. So Snowman paying his penalty, and a given for Ginger. A gimme. As Ginger makes his way up and into fourth place. And Snowman has it all to do again. Johnny, remember, facing the wrong way in the first corner, well, first or second corner of the first lap. And he is there. He's there catching up with these guys. It's great stuff. Johnny's having an absolute tear, ladies and gentlemen, as is Taff as well. And I think before the end of this race, we might have a little four-way battle again. Ginger going down on Snowman. That sounds wrong, but he's gone behind Snowman. That's even worse. Is there a way to say it that doesn't seem that they're performing some sort of perverse act? I'm not sure. Snowman gets the upper hand. Snowman takes a grasp of the situation. Snowman is on top of Ginger. Yeah, no, Ginger now coming up behind. So Ginger then wrestling with the Snowman there for dominance. And Ginger then back into fourth place ahead of Snowman. Ahead, of course, ahead is fine, isn't it? That's not. So, yeah, Ginger got ahead of Snowman. Off Snowman. So, Snowman then late brakes, sends it deep. Ginger seems to be okay around the outside. Snowman, it didn't work for him, but Ginger did get a little slide on as he came out of the corner. And Snowman is still giving it some hard action. Jamie Baxter saying, I know. We went into innuendo zone, didn't we? Everything. There was nothing that I could say that couldn't be taken the wrong way. And didn't even do it on purpose. So Ginger then ahead of Snowman. Johnny in sixth, and this is great for Johnny. Johnny absolutely putting a display on out there at the moment, showcasing those lap times. Look at it, 16-1, 16-1, 16-1 MFers. What can you say? The man is being uber consistent at the moment and closing in on a juicy little battle. Racing Sim is still tracking Nando, but Nando is on the move. And Keyboard Captain has slam dunked this one into he's already into next season. So Ginger then ahead of Snowman, and Johnny is coming in hot hot, ladies and gents. We are going to have a menage a trois before the end of this race, I tell thee. Taff, not closing. Oh, he did an 18.6 that last time around. It didn't go as well. And we've still got 10 minutes. We've still got 10 minutes of racing here. Anything can happen, but Taff at the moment fighting with the MX-5. Oh, we lost JD, and the Hops is still on the mission. Keyboard captain in first place at the moment. He's absolutely landing this one. No one is disputing this. Keyboard captain, he knew we were down to the whoever wins the last race is the champion, and Keyboard captain has saved it. Jamie saying hot and dry. Ginger saying hot and dry. Ooh, shafting. That was chafing. That'd be chafing there, wouldn't it? Hot and dry. Keyboard absolutely landing it, like I said. Nando chasing him down for that second place, but you know, losers come in second. Nando, you know that. Racing Sim's got a penalty. Sorry, Nando. Oh, anything to irritate our pro sim racers, ladies and gents. Racing Sim in third. Oh, he's absolutely sending it. He's leaning on the barriers, ladies and gents, and paying penalties. Ginger in fourth ahead of Snowman. Has Ginger capped the Snowman? Has he capped him off? Is that it? Has the Snowman nothing more in store? Is he out of ideas against Ginger? Hops has gone into the pits in a non-wearing tyre scenario, so maybe he's had enough as well. The track has beaten some of our sim racers, ladies and gents. Snowman, I spoke too soon. He does still have a trick or two, and he's coming up with it. He's calling it the toe, but Ginger calls this the late break and hope. And he did as well. OMG. Honestly, I don't watch. Snowman still comes out on top though, and Ginger now gets to play the toe game with Snowman. Oh, how close to the barrier do you want to be? Very close. And Snowman and Ginger then absolutely cracking racing from the pair of them, but they still have to be very wary indeed. Oh, Ginger's going for another move. He's not even waiting for the toe. He got great drive out of that corner and absolutely rinsed it down the straight and got himself ahead of Snowman, who has a little brush with the wall. Absolutely cracking racing from Ginger and Snowman here. And don't forget Johnny. Although Johnny dropped a second in that last lap, or he'd be there. He'd be there with these guys. Ginger then pulling out a bit of space, it has to be said, on Snowman's probably the biggest gap he's had from Snowman all race. Racing Sim, he's dancing on his own now, ladies and gentlemen. Nando has left the building. Nando has departed the race. Keyboard, no, it's the Hops. He's come out the pits. Phew. I thought the leader, we saw a yellow flag for Nando, and I thought the leader was facing the wrong way, but no, Hoppers has had a moment as they come up to lap him. And Racing Sim still not a million miles away from Nando, but Nando doesn't often, we saw him make a mistake in the first race, but he doesn't often make a mistake. And I think he knows the keyboard captain is out of reach today as we come up to 18 and a half minutes. I think he knows there is no catching the captain today. Nando in second then, with Racing Sim in third. Ginger is fourth. Snowman slipping further back from Ginger, and Snowman, he can't chill too much because Johnny is sending it in his rear derriere. Absolutely coming in hot and strong. Taff in seventh. I think where he can't see the guys ahead of him now, he may have just lost the pace a little bit, and Hoppers is in amongst all of it really, with the lapping being lapped. So the closest racing really is the Johnny Snowman Ginger saga, with the added spicy mix of a back marker of Hoppers ahead of him. Ginger absolutely laying down the law at the moment. Snowman looks like his biggest concern at this point is Johnny. Johnny is coming in. And that has got to be, you've got to say, Johnny has had an absolutely banging comeback race in this one. He was pointing the wrong way in the second corner or something. And Ginger then makes his way around. Snowman's closed right in again. So I don't know what's happened to Ginger, if he had a bit of a struggle getting past the Hops. But Ginger, no, it is nice space. It is a nice space. Hops did get out of the way of everyone. And yeah, a delicious 5 minutes of racing here. Ginger, though, doesn't look like he wants to get involved in a bit of door-to-door racing. For the end of the race, as he little knock with that barrier really does take the momentum out. And Ginger giving it the slide on into the corner. Snowman keeping track of things. Maybe he's waiting for that last lap surge like we saw before. And Johnny there in 6th. That was Hoppers we were staring at for some reason. But Johnny in 6th. Not quite closing in on the guys that he needs to. Keyboard captain, everything in control. He is in possession of his MX-5. He's got no one racing him. He can just cruise this one home to become king of the Roasters. Nando losing out. I mean, Nando probably is because of the championship table, but I don't know the tables. It got deleted because, I don't know, because the academy isn't the academy, but it is the academy, and it's the all-new academy, the revamp. So keyboard captain then out there in the lead with Nando in 2nd. Racing Sim in 3rd spot with the Ginger in 4th. And Snowman doesn't look like he's going to be able to go on that attack here, and he's got to worry more about what Johnny's up to, because Johnny looks like he wants 5th place in this race. Taff in 7th. What a shame about Taff. Absolutely lit it up in the first race, and yeah, had a coming together, did the gentlemanly thing, pulled over, and he let the rest of the field through. That was the bit I didn't understand. It seemed like he just his head went down, and then he's just been driving for himself. But that's his fastest lap so far the last time around. So maybe just as the race comes to an end, he's going for a last hurrah, see if he can get that 1:14.3 from the keyboard captain. That's a tough one to get. I think he's the only one managed to get it into the 14s, isn't he? Nando has got it in the 14s. 14.7 is Nando's best effort, and still is. Racing Sim, his best was a 15.2. Ginger 50, oh, he's just gone faster. 15.1 is Ginger's best effort. Snowman 16.2. He's definitely lost a bit of pace to Ginger in this second half of part of the race, and Johnny 16.0 last time around. So I think, yeah, there's one other that's got it in the 14s, hasn't it, which is Nando. But it doesn't look like anyone else has managed to get it into the 14s so far in this race. So well done to Keyboard and Nando. Very fast. Racing Sim, great drive for that podium. He chased down Nando, and he spaced it out for himself behind with Ginger. My word, I thought you'd lost your car there, sir. Ginger absolutely giving it big balls around the corner there, and I thought the rear derriere had left him, but he gathered her up, and Snowman really is in trouble from Johnny. Johnny giving it all the beans. All of the beans. He's put them in the bag, and he's throwing them at Snowman. So Snowman in trouble in the closing stages of this race, as Johnny puts the moves onto the barrier though, and that gives Snowman the position back. And Ginger staying out of the way. He's like, no, this is mine. We're in 24 and a half minutes. The flag will be out soon. Captain Keyboards possibly will have to do a lap. Vodka Rob in the chat saying, good evening, sir. Hope you're well. Yes, my friend, I am very good. You seen William's new special ode to the BMW livery? I am in love with it, I am telling you. So Keyboard Captain through. Then has to do another lap. I think the rest of the field may finish. Nando might get across the line. No, Nando finishes in second place then. Racing Sim in third. What a podium for Racing Sim. Great stuff. Ginger does stay ahead of Snowman in fourth. Snowman finishes in fifth and Johnny finishes in sixth. Taff brings it home in seventh. Behind and ahead of the Hops. He finishes in eighth place. And Taff in seventh. So, Keyboard Captain doing a lap of honour as the king of the MX-5s, the master of the Roadsters. We will call him Captain Mad Max, Keyboard Mad Max Captain, as he has mastered. I mean, Nando probably won, in all fairness, the championship table. But we did say it was the winner of the last race is going to be the king of the hill. The winner takes all. That was the gamble. That was the risk. Vodka saying there's loads of special liveries for USA. There could be, but the only one I care about is Williams. It's awesome. Now, I don't know. I haven't looked. I haven't even seen any of the practices yet. I'm guessing they're going to be qualifying for sprint race in a minute. Which is just timed nicely, isn't it, for the end of this? Or it might be 8 o'clock tonight. I haven't got a clue. I never know the times. So, Keyboard Captain, and a big, I want to say a huge thank you to the admin team, whoever they are, wherever they've gone, for this. It started with the Tyre Shredders Racing, the Academy, Hoppers Academy. And they joined forces with the Ultimate Racing League, and we've had a brilliant season with the URL with the MX-5s. Well done, Keyboard Captain. And yeah, and I don't know, there's been some sort of split, but the Academy, the Academy is staying with the URL, or an iteration of the Academy. And they're prepping for a new season coming very soon in the Porsche Cayman, it seems. So one to look forward to. And hopefully we'll have a nice mix of not learners, but people just getting into the racing. And I look very much forward to what's coming. Keyboard Captain, we're saying... Oh, it starts on Monday, apparently. So if you do fancy it, find URL on Facebook, Ultimate Racing League on Facebook. They've got a website as well, URL ultimateracingligue.com. But I think it just directs you to Facebook anyway. I don't know. Yeah, if you fancy it, Monday night racing in the Porsche Cayman. And you're a bit worried about going up against those pro sim racers or the aliens out there, then this is probably just the perfect league for you. A nice entry level league, just to wet your whistle, just to get your feel for it, with pro sim racers in the background, giving you advice, helping you out. There's nothing more you could ask for. So we look forward to the next season of the Academy. But for this season, a huge thank you to all of those involved. I don't know who we'll see next season, who we won't. It's all new. It's like a journey of self-discovery. And yeah, so a big thank you to everyone involved in this Academy. Oh, Vodka Rob saying I haven't had time to play all week. Yeah, you're a busy boy nowadays. And a huge thank you to all the players. And a huge thank you to you guys that join in with the chat and the views and all of that lot. I appreciate you all. And yeah, join us again for another Ultimate Racing League Academy for next season. And see if we've got any new faces. It's always nice when we've got fresh blood. Okay, gang. That was awesome. Yeah, like I said, a huge thank you to the admin, Hoppers, and stuff, the running of the Academy. It was probably Nando Loris that won the championship, because who knows? Who knows? There was no tables in the end. But he's got the sexiest car, we'll give him that. Hey, Ginger said he's still doing the Academy, so that's great stuff. Brilliant. At least I'll know one of you. Okay, gang, thank you for joining in, and I'll see you in the next stream, possibly if it grabs you. You don't have to watch all of them. It gets a bit much after a while. But yeah, and I'll be doing a time trial at, oh, man, I think it's Race A, whatever it's called. Yeah, I'll be doing that at some point. I'm going to try and jump in, do a blind time trial for the GTO guys. All right, bless you all. Thank you very much. And I'll see you next time. Cheerio. Peace and love. Peace and love.